All right, what's good, y'all? Time to react to something that Josh Heupel had to say. All right, so on the loss last year to Ohio State, this is what he had to say. He says, everybody inside of our program will tell you that the taste that was left in our mouth in December, right? The Vols have not forgotten about losing to, obviously, Ohio State. Ohio State beat on them boys pretty good, right? So, first off, the Vols got a lot going on, right? Obviously, their quarterback left. There's been rumors about that being money. Obviously, fans want to move on. I feel y'all. Some of it has been about him not addressing the offensive line and not getting the weaponry around Nico while he left. Again, that's in the past, right? But it's a lot of storylines around them, right? Because obviously, you get the loss. You lost your quarterback. How will Tennessee respond? So resolve, y'all, is a big thing here. I do think they got the right head coach at the helm, right? But how do you respond, right? We talked about it, obviously, a couple days ago. Open competition, right, between Joey Aguilar, George McIntyre, right, and obviously Jake Merklinger, right? Who will emerge? Will it be the wily veteran or will it be some of the young thoroughbreds or the young guys, right? So you got some things to motivate your team, right? One is going to be a new quarterback. Who will the team rally around, right? Who's going to separate and differentiate themselves in fall camp that's coming out in probably a couple of weeks? And then you have to tell the team, hey, we know we can make the college football playoff, but how do we expound upon that? How do we get better, right? Did we did the right necessary pieces? Did we grab the right players out of the transfer portal, right? Did we get the right recruits to come in? I would say yes on the recruits coming in because you got David Sanders who can come in and probably contribute early on for your program, 5-star offensive tackle that could have went to Ohio State, right? So you did get a recruiting win there. But you're going to need your guys to step up and step in, right? You need Star Thomas to play good, right? You need Travis Smith Jr. to step up as a true freshman. You need Mike Matthews to take that next step into going into his sophomore year, and he's going to be one of the leading receivers and playmakers for you, right? Now, we know Miles Kitselman is obviously one of your leaders as well on the offensive side of the ball. They got a young thoroughbred under him. So, like, the quarterback's going to have weapons. It's just going to be not turning over the football, obviously, and being able to put those drives together in important and key situations, right? But I do feel like to a degree that we haven't talked about, Tennessee is getting disrespected. And the reason I say that is they're in no national polls for real, right? They're getting really overlooked because of the whole Nico situation, him leaving, right? Obviously, like, okay, what's next for the Vols, right? They're not getting that respect that they were getting last year. And I think if you, the head coach Heupel, you use that as a motivator, right? You use that as, okay, they sleeping on us, so what? We go in, we put in the work in every day, and we're going to show what Tennessee football is about. So this is a very important year because the disrespect is there, in my humble opinion. And I also feel like you got to definitely show your players and obviously your team and your program, like, even when we doubt it, we can still make noise. We can still do the business, right? And it ain't going to be easy. You're in the SEC. You got to buckle that chin strap every single week. But you can have a couple things to hang your hat on. The taste in your mouth, obviously, from the Ohio State loss, and the disrespect that you're getting, obviously, in the polls. And players can say what they want. They don't look at the polls. They stay on social media. Somehow, some way, with a player with a phone, you're seeing something, right? Something that's out there in the media you're going to be able to see. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team comes out early on in the season. How do they rebound after being disrespected just because their quarterback left? So it's probably going to be one of the better coaching jobs by Coach Heupel. But I think he could really establish himself as a top-end coach in college football. Not saying that he's not now, obviously, you know what I'm saying, but if you want to establish yourself as one of those top-notch coaches, hey, we're going to be a perennial playoff team. We're going to be able to make noise. We're going to be able to go deep into the playoffs. This is how you do it, with getting disrespected, having a sour taste in your mouth, and taking this team to that next level, right? Elevating this squad. It's going to be interesting to see. But Tennessee fans, comment down below. Do y'all feel disrespected? I feel like y'all are getting disrespected. That's my personal opinion, but comment down below.